We all crave feeling loved, a sense of belonging, feeling special. But for empaths, it's even stronger, making us a clear target for narcissists and takers. Hi, I'm Karen Katz. Welcome back to my channel, the place where you discover that being an empath is a gift, not a curse. If you're new here, it is an honor to meet you. I am a certified professional life coach, a speaker for Fortune 500 companies, and a manifestation teacher. I am also an empath that has broken through the dynamic of codependence, people-pleasing, overgiving, and attracting narcissists. And if you want to do the same, start by subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications so you won't miss a single video that could start making powerful shifts in your life. Today we're talking about the 3 manipulation tactics that narcissists use to keep empaths in their grip. Let's get right into it. Narcissists are self-obsessed. They don't have a sense of self, and they need to fill that validation externally. They need that supply in order to feel validated. So they target specifically codependence. Why? Because codependents have a motto going on, a dynamic that says, I'm at fault for everything. They were led to believe that everything was their fault, and they do whatever it takes to fix the other person, the relationship, any situation. As empaths, we are highly sensitive beings. And since very young, we were left alone to tend to our wounds because they were not visible. Nobody would leave a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old child to tend to a broken bone, as I've said before in many videos, or a deep cut. But an emotional wound is not visible. So we were left to tend to it at an age where we could not do so. We were left alone, abandoned, neglected when we needed someone to help us through whatever we were facing in that moment. In addition to that, we were shamed for feeling the way we were feeling. We were shamed for being the way we were. You're too sensitive, you're too much, get on with it. It's not such a big deal. But it is. For us, it was. We are highly sensitive beings. So those emotional wounds, those feelings of rejection, when we're not able to process them, it created an overload to our nervous system, to our sensitive, not weak nervous system, which is a traumatic experience. We came to the understanding that there's something deeply wrong with us, that we are broken in some way. And we started the tendency of people-pleasing and codependence. If in addition to that, there was trauma, there was narcissistic abuse, in many cases we've had narcissistic parents, it shattered our sense of self. We had to enmesh into another person in order to survive. We had to read their every mood, our needs, our desires. We became invisible. Everything became secondary. Primary was survival, understanding the person's moods, understanding what they needed and making sure we got it for them in order to avoid being punished, being beat, being hurt, being humiliated, being shamed. So we develop codependence, people-pleasing, overgiving, looking for this external validation because we don't have a sense of self on our own. We didn't develop a sense of self on our own. We're enmeshed for safety in this other person, which makes us the perfect target for narcissists and takers. Deriving our sense of self from the feeling of being needed. So we look to help and fix. Even when someone else doesn't want the help, we look to give it to them because that's where we derive our sense of self, making us perfect targets for narcissists. The 3 manipulation tactics I'm going to discuss today are for you to start becoming aware of this dynamic. And then at the end, I'll share what we need to do to start getting out of these relationships, to stop this dynamic so we don't keep attracting more and more narcissists into our lives. First tactic, they make us feel special. We all as humans have this need to feel special. But for us as empaths, we really crave that validation. We derive our sense of self from our codependence tendency. We derive this sense of self from being needed, from giving to others, from helping others. So narcissists know this, and they give us exactly what we need. They make us feel special in exactly the way we need it. The second tactic is gaslighting. They are master manipulators, masters. They will lead you to believe that whatever they said is not what they said. You will start to doubt yourself and think, maybe it's in my head. I remember going to therapy for 10 years and talking to the therapist about things that happened. And I would say to her, but maybe it didn't happen that way, because he said he was doing it for my well-being. So maybe I misinterpreted it. They will tell you they're doing it for you. They're doing it to help you. It is for your well-being. I even understood that the punishment that he was giving me was for my well-being. Gaslighting is designed to weaken, to trick, to destabilize the victim. It is a very clear manipulation strategy, and we tend to easily fall prey to it as empaths. The third tactic is they play hot and cold games. 1 week they flatter, 1 week they're aggressive. They use guilt and strong emotions to keep you in this soap opera, in this intensely reactive space where we become addicted to the drama, to the strong emotions. I once read a research about this pecking bird where they put a little supply of food that didn't always provide a pellet. So the pecking bird was trained to hit the little handle and a pellet would fall out. And it was trained like that. Several times it did that and the pellet would fall out. And then they started playing around with this delivery system, the researchers. One time he would peck and there would be no pellet. So he kept trying. So the bird kept trying. Peck, no pellet. Peck, pellet. Peck, no pellet. Peck, pellet. Peck, pellet. It didn't even know anymore if there was going to be a pellet or no pellet. Do you know what happened? At the end, they stopped delivering pellets. No more pellets at all. Do you know what happened to the bird? It kept trying and trying and trying and trying until it collapsed. It collapsed. It collapsed. It died. And this is how we are as empaths. We will not give up. We have been trained into this dynamic due to the traumatic experiences we had as children. We needed to be seen, to be loved, to be cared for, to be cherished, and we weren't. When we've had these traumatic experiences with narcissistic parents, we are trying to right that wrong, fix what happened in childhood in our current relationships. And that is never going to happen. We are never trying to change the narcissist, trying like the bird pecking at that little machine in order to get the pellet, trying to get the narcissist to change so that we can right the wrong from childhood. That's never going to happen. It is a waste of energy to keep trying to change the narcissist. This is one of the most significant things in my journey and in the journey of every single empath I have helped through this dynamic. We were focused on the narcissist and trying to change the narcissist. We are others focused. We learn to be external validation junkies. The more externally focused we are, the more we stay in this dynamic, trying to change the other person. None of this would happen if we were not manipulatable. So the solution to all of this is to strengthen our sense of self, to go on a healing journey of self-discovery, to heal, finally learn to heal our emotional wounds, learn the tools, yes, because it's not just talk therapy, it's tools, it's learning the tools that are actually going to help you process, release those emotional wounds, heal them, and help you in the present moment when anything else shows up to be able to process whatever shows up, because we're never going to stop being highly sensitive people. It is who we are, it is how we are wired, and we need our empath toolbox to be able to handle whatever comes our way. In the process, discovering that our sensitivity is our biggest gift, and that is what I love sharing, talking about, and teaching more than anything. Learning to harness this gift, to use it to manifest whatever you desire. You are a powerful manifester, but we cannot see that when we're stuck in this dynamic, draining all our creative energy, letting others suck it out of us, instead of healing, transmuting this energy and releasing it so that we can actually use it for the creative power that we have. The way out is through, my dear, like Robert Frost reminds us. We need to strengthen our sense of self and let go of trying to fix the narcissist, of focusing on the narcissist. It is the most amazing journey you will ever take. What you will discover about yourself will amaze you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know by giving it a thumbs up and sharing this information with fellow empaths that need to hear this. We need to become aware of this dynamic so that we can start making the changes. I will talk to you soon. Namaste.